Ordinary moments turned into nightmares. Captured by people who never saw it coming.
No.
From eerie encounters to disturbing sights that defy explanation, these shocking videos reveal just how unpredictable life can be. Get ready to see the unsettling truth caught on camera when reality takes a dark turn.
Police service are working tirelessly 24/7.
On October 21st, near Rusty's Market in Cairns, a TikTok user known for her Ghost Diaries channel was last seen on CCTV, and after that, she vanished without a trace. In her final uploads, she mentioned feeling like she was under someone else's control. What started as a quest to chase spirits quickly turned into something much darker, with one spirit seeming to never leave her side. The last footage she shared was the only clue left behind. Now, police are still searching, hoping to find any additional footage from that day that might explain her sudden disappearance.
Get answers for Toya and her family, and we will not stop until we get those answers.
Wood ritual. Meanwhile, in the woods, a hiker stumbled upon something truly terrifying. As he was walking, he spotted a strange figure in the distance. Not knowing what it was, he moved closer. To his shock, it appeared humanoid, with bizarre hair covering its face. But what made it even worse was the figure standing near a fire, acting in a way that suggested some kind of creepy ritual. In an instant, the hiker thought, "Is this a demon?" Sensing danger, he slowly backed away and quickly left the area, unsure of what he had witnessed. Demonic encounter. Lastly, a traveler staying in a hotel had a horrifying encounter. Late one night, he saw a creepy face in the hotel's glass window. Something unlike any known creature. The way it stared at him, even giving an eerie smile, sent him into a panic. As he ran out of the hotel, he thought the nightmare was over, until another figure appeared right behind it, with small horns on its head. Terrified, he ran as fast as he could. But after that night, he was never seen again. Locals whispered that the demon had taken him. Mirror shadow.
No.
One night, a boy felt something odd while trying to sleep, so he turned on the light to check. When he aimed the light at the mirror, his heart nearly stopped. A dark figure was staring back at him. The weird part? He lived alone. There was no one else in the room, yet the figure was only visible in the reflection. As he tried to make sense of it, the shadow moved closer, but only through the mirror. Completely freaked out, he wondered if it was a ghost or a being from another dimension.
No, é possível!
Possessed dad.
Dad!
Feeling uneasy in their home, a father and daughter decided to document the strange events around them. They sat at the table using a ghost detection device. Suddenly, the dad's behavior changed. He clutched his head, complained of a headache, and then let out a terrifying scream. For a brief moment, his face looked different, almost like he wasn't himself. Things only got creepier from there. Later, while in his room, his chair and stool moved on their own, and a hand seemed to appear behind a painting. Realizing they were dealing with something dark, they wasted no time calling a priest. Haunted hospital.
Hey, what's up?
During a late shift at an abandoned hospital, a guard was making his final round when something caught his eye. A person in a hospital gown. That didn't make sense, as that part of the building had been empty for years. When he tried to follow, the figure vanished around the corner. The guard rushed to catch up, but the hallway was empty, completely still. Locals believed it could be the spirit of a patient who died long ago, still wandering the hospital. The guard was so shaken that he never returned to work there, leaving the haunted halls behind for good. haunted church. None of these builders ever went back. They were restoring an old church when something truly disturbing happened. One of them was recording the place when he spotted a small, strange figure standing still. Startled, he looked again, but it was gone. Not long after, they heard odd noises but decided to keep exploring. That's when they found something even worse. A creepy creature hiding behind a wall. Its burned face and weird ears made it look like a demon. Then, in the church corridor, they saw a humanoid figure standing there, almost waiting for them. Terrified, they bolted out of there, convinced the place was haunted. Ritual Road. A local guy decided to take a shortcut home through a deserted road at night. As he walked, he noticed two figures dressed entirely in red moving around a fire circle. Something felt off. As he tried to figure it out, a bizarre creature suddenly appeared. It had long, twisted limbs and didn't look like anything he'd seen before. The whole scene felt like some creepy ritual, and the creature gave off a dark, evil vibe, like it had been summoned. Regretting his decision to take that road, he backed away slowly and made a quick exit. Hostel haunting.
Oh, bienvenido, andate. Andate.
A group of friends staying at a hostel had a chilling encounter. They noticed the washroom door handle moving on its own, even though no one was inside. It seemed odd. But when they checked, no one was there. Just when they thought it was over, it happened again. Then, things got worse. A white figure appeared, just standing there. As they processed what was happening, they saw another dark figure on the roof. Realizing this was beyond normal, they left the place immediately and never looked back. Haunted by Ghost. After moving into his new house, a man couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. To ease his mind, he set up a camera facing the hallway, hoping to catch anything unusual. At first, everything seemed normal, but later, the footage revealed a dark, humanoid figure gliding through the hallway. The creepiest part? He lived alone, so seeing anyone else was impossible. That's when it hit him. The house might be haunted, possibly by a spirit from the past. Strange events kept happening, and regret started sinking in. Maybe he should have looked into the house's history before moving in.
Hello?
Unseen presence. On April 29th, 2025, a security camera inside a child's room recorded something bizarre. Everything seemed normal at first, but then a knock came from the door, which suddenly swung open, without anyone there. As if that wasn't creepy enough, a toy near the sleeping baby moved by itself. It seemed like an invisible force was in the room. Whether it was the toy itself being haunted or the whole house, the family wasn't taking chances. After seeing the footage, they immediately called a priest, fearing that the situation could get worse if left unchecked. Horned presence.
And I just saw a huge shadow behind me.
Ghost hunters exploring an abandoned children's home expected to find typical paranormal activity. Instead, they stumbled upon something way darker. As one of the experts, a woman, recorded her surroundings, the camera captured a shadowy figure behind her, twisted, dark, and horned. It didn't look human or like any known animal. The shape felt more demonic than ghostly, almost as if a dark entity had taken refuge in the old building. The group was left shaken, realizing they might have encountered something far worse than just a wandering spirit.
I think something really bad's happened here. Like, really, really bad.
Vanishing people.
Yeah, go.
A father and daughter were casually recording a video when something downright creepy unfolded. As they filmed, a shadowy figure kept peeking from behind the door, disappearing and then reappearing just as suddenly. Startled but curious, the daughter grabbed the camera, hoping to catch it. Just as she reached for the door, the shadow vanished again. It was right there one moment and gone the next, like it was messing with them. Some say it might have been a jinn, as they're known for appearing and disappearing like that.
Nothing. Nope. Nothing.
Haunted coloring. On September 20th, 2026, CCTV footage captured a bizarre event at a family home. A young girl was peacefully coloring in the living room when her papers began moving on their own. She looked around, confused, but shrugged it off. Later, while playing with her toys, one of her dolls shifted slightly, without anyone touching it. It wasn't just a small wobble, it looked intentional. Viewers couldn't help but compare it to haunted dolls like Annabelle or Chucky. Some believe the doll was cursed, with a restless spirit trapped inside. Pope's funeral. During the Pope's funeral, everything seemed normal until a strange moment was captured on camera. Among the crowd, a person's face didn't look human. With animal-like features, the figure sparked a viral debate. Some viewers were convinced it wasn't a glitch or shadow. It looked real. Theories flew, with many speculating it was a shapeshifter hiding in plain sight. No one knew what this figure was doing there, but it left people wondering how many of the people around us are truly human, and how many are pretending. House creature. A team of ghost experts investigating an old abandoned house got more than they bargained for. As they navigated a narrow hallway, a creature slowly peeked out from behind a broken wall. With a goat-like face, rough skin, and sharp horns, it didn't seem like a ghost at all. One expert even said it felt more like a devil creature, or a goat, like a reptilian. As they approached, the creature grabbed one of them. The camera shook violently, and then the video cut off. What happened next is anyone's guess, but we can only hope the expert made it out unscathed. Possessed woman? A CCTV camera outside a quiet home captured something that was straight out of a nightmare. In the middle of the night, a pale figure was seen crawling unnaturally through the driveway and around other parts of the house. Everyone inside was asleep, so no one noticed. The figure had long hair, and after a closer look, it seemed to be a woman, but no normal woman could move like that. Was she possessed? When the homeowners reviewed the footage, they were left in utter shock. Revengeful spirit. An Irish woman was casually recording a video when a shadowy figure suddenly appeared on camera. The eerie silhouette moved so close to her before vanishing just as quickly. She didn't notice it at first, but the camera clearly caught it. Soon after, strange things began happening around her. Curious and a bit freaked out, she looked into the house's history. Turns out, a person who once lived there had experienced a tragic incident. Now, it seemed like the spirit of that person still lingered, possibly seeking revenge for the past. Nightmare face.
Pero parece, no sé si sea la bata.
A woman was casually recording a video when she saw something that looked straight out of a horror movie. As she glanced into the camera, a creepy face peeked from behind the wall. It didn't look human or like any creature she'd ever seen. Was it a cryptid? Maybe even a devil? The being just stayed there, staring right at her. Horrified, she quickly called an exorcist, knowing she couldn't handle this alone. Even after the call, the eerie feeling wouldn't leave her. She could only hope the exorcist would put an end to whatever nightmare she was living.
¿Algún suéter, algo que esté haciendo ahí?
Wood mystery. Camping deep in the Alaskan forest took a terrifying turn when a group of hunters noticed something strange. One of them spotted a dark, towering figure watching his scouting station. At first, he thought it might be Bigfoot, but the longer he stared, the more he realized this wasn't some legendary creature. It was something darker, almost demonic. The figure just stood there looming, as if deciding whether to attack. With fear creeping in, the group quickly packed up and left, left, knowing they couldn't risk staying any longer. Draining life source.
Touch the antenna on this device to let us know that you're here.
Paranormal investigators exploring an abandoned house expected the usual eerie vibes, but what they found was way more intense. As soon as they stepped inside, the temperature dropped sharply and their equipment started losing power, almost like something was feeding off their energy. A spirit box picked up a faint, haunting voice that whispered about being trapped, desperate to move on. The atmosphere grew heavier with every step, and the sense of being watched was impossible to ignore. Unsure if they had uncovered a spirit or just stirred something darker, they left.
Did you hear that? It was very quiet.
Haunted house.
What? Holy mom!
Moving into a new place should feel exciting, but for one man in China, it quickly became a nightmare. It started small, a shadowy figure lurking behind the window, and curtains moving on their own. But things got darker fast. One day, he found red footprints leading up the stairs. And when he checked the bathroom, a horrifying sight awaited, a tub filled with red fluid. Terrified, he pieced it together. The house was haunted by a trapped spirit. Not wanting to risk his life, he left, convinced the house held a grim past. Knock of terror. Imagine being home alone when a strange knock at the door sends chills down your spine. That's what happened to a boy on October 18th, 2020. He thought it was a prank, but things only got worse. The TV turned off by itself, light bulbs flickered, and objects started falling without reason. He couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was warning him to leave. Meanwhile, in a nearby hotel, guests witnessed a pale figure gliding through the gallery. It wasn't until later they discovered the unsettling truth. The hotel had been built over an old graveyard, and restless spirits still wandered the halls. Ghostly guests.
So,
That's why I come back.
early bedtime looking for ghosts.
Staying at a hotel can be relaxing, unless you catch something creepy on camera. That's exactly what happened to a lady in America. While filming her room, a childlike figure suddenly moved in front of the lens. The weird part? She was alone. After digging into the hotel's past, she found out that a child had vanished there years ago under tragic circumstances. In another eerie hotel story, a woman filming the mountain view from her balcony heard a voice singing, but nobody was around. Believing it was a spirit linked to the hotel's dark past, she immediately switched hotels. School scream. Exploring an abandoned school might sound thrilling, but for one group of friends, it turned into a spine-chilling experience. While wandering the empty halls, they heard strange noises from a locked room. Curiosity pushed them forward, but then a piercing scream echoed through the hallway. They didn't need any more clues. It had to be a djinn. Abandoned places are often rumored to be homes for these supernatural beings. Feeling a heavy, unnatural presence, they didn't stick around to investigate. They bolted out, vowing never to mess with haunted spots again.
Just knock on it, knock.
Disturbed house.
Nah, nope, I am moving out.
Moving into a new place should be exciting, but for one couple on August 6th, 2022, it quickly turned eerie. Not long after settling in, strange things began happening. They installed security cameras to catch the odd occurrences, and one night, they heard knocking from the hallway and saw a strange light, but no one was there. Then, objects started falling on their own, and curtains moved without any breeze. It became clear something supernatural had taken over. Not wanting to take any chances, they called a priest, hoping to cleanse their new home from whatever haunted it.
They're not trying. That's just how they...
Invisible friend. CCTV footage from a family kitchen captured a scene that left everyone uneasy. At first, it looked like an ordinary moment. She was playing with some plastic jars. But then things got weird. The girl seemed to be chatting with someone unseen. Suddenly, the jar flew out of her hands like it had been pulled by an invisible force. Kids are said to be more sensitive to spirits, but seeing the jar move like that was next level creepy. When the parents checked the footage, they were horrified and made sure not to leave their daughter alone in that room again. Graveyard chase.
What the hell is that? Dude, there's something behind.
Exploring a haunted graveyard alone might sound like a bad idea, but that didn't stop a YouTuber from filming his experience. As he wandered through the Wisconsin cemetery, strange sounds followed him like footsteps echoing behind him. At one point, his ghost detection tool confirmed a presence near a specific grave. The grave supposedly belonged to a soldier whose spirit never left. Things took a dark turn when an unseen force seemed to tug at him. Realizing he might be in danger, he hurried out.
Oh god. Whoa.
Gamer's nightmare. A viral clip shocked the internet recently, showing a gamer completely caught off guard by something eerie. In the middle of a game, a dark figure walked past him. Startled, he turned to look, but no one was there. As if that wasn't weird enough, objects in the kitchen began shifting on their own. Then, the shadowy figure reappeared. This time in the laundry room. The door slammed open and shut without anyone touching it. Curious and freaked out, the gamer researched the house and found out it once belonged to a man who practiced dark rituals to summon spirits.
You're gonna lock yourself in the laundry room again? You're not leaving?
Haunted stream.
That wasn't even a person.
Junebug, chill out.
Some YouTubers were casually live streaming when something straight up creepy went down. Behind one of them, a dark, shadowy figure appeared. Nothing human or even recognizable. At first, the streamer brushed it off, thinking it was just his imagination. But viewers in the chat noticed it too, pointing it out in real time. Turns out, he had been experiencing weird stuff for a while, but seeing it live on camera made it undeniable. It was clear now. He wasn't living alone.
What, Junebug, what happened?
That was not a person, bruh.
Closet knocks.
Listen to it.
In the middle of the night, a man was jolted awake by loud knocks coming from his closet door. Startled, he got up to check, but the closet was empty. Thinking he might have been dreaming, he brushed it off and went back to bed. But a few days later, it happened again, only this time, the closet door slowly creaked open on its own. That's when he realized this wasn't just some random noise. It felt more like a warning. Some believe it could have been a djinn trying to let him know that the space wasn't his alone.
Stop!
Spooked streamer.
It's not like we needed any sleeping.
A boy was live streaming on YouTube, just chilling, when things took a wild turn. Suddenly, the door behind him slammed shut with a loud bang. Freaked out, he tried to play it cool and kept streaming, but then the light flickered on by itself. He went to check, found nothing, and turned it off, only for it to switch on again. That's when stuff really started going down. Objects fell on their own, and a dark figure briefly appeared in the background. Not willing to risk it, he shut down the stream and left.
Oh my!
Basement trouble.
Let's go.
A couple moved into a new house, but their excitement faded when odd things started happening. The wife insisted on checking the basement after hearing strange noises. They found random objects scattered on the floor. As they stood there, a nearby item suddenly fell, as if pushed by an invisible hand. Startled, the wife clung to her husband, but another object dropped right behind them. At first, the husband thought it was just a coincidence, but now he couldn't deny the eerie feeling.
Yeah, that happens.
Ghostly reunion.
Head!
No, you've edited that. You have to have edited that.
How have I edited it?
A woman was live streaming, just chatting with her followers, when something spine-chilling happened. The door behind her slowly creaked open by itself. Already uneasy, she froze when a girl walked through, one who looked exactly like her late sister. Confused and shaken, she tried to make sense of what she was seeing. Could it really be her sister's spirit? Some believe that loved ones who have passed on can still visit, appearing when we least expect it.
So it's like the camera stopped working.
Bro, why is there a Chinese ghost in your yard, bro?
Floating figure. In Corrientes on October 20th, 2023, CCTV footage from a hotel lawn caught something truly strange. A small white figure appeared, moving quickly across the area. The weird part? It seemed to be floating, with no visible lower body. Guests who saw the footage couldn't shake the feeling that it was a ghost. As sightings like this kept happening, many guests decided to leave the hotel, fearing that something paranormal was haunting the place. The unsettling mystery left people wondering if they had just witnessed an actual spirit. Rocking alone.
But then it stops on its own when I come outside. Let's see if I could get it on camera.
A recent clip that went viral showed a girl sitting on the patio when something chilling happened. The rocking chair next to her began moving on its own, as if someone invisible was sitting there. Even the family dog sensed something was wrong and started barking at the empty chair. Dogs are known for sensing spirits, and this one clearly felt a presence. People online speculated that a ghost might have been sitting there. The girl's reaction was pure confusion, and honestly, who wouldn't be freaked out?
Katie, I guess I do have a ghost, bae.
Night knocks. A lady started feeling something strange at night in her house. At first, she brushed it off, but then the knocking started. One night, she finally set up a camera to catch whatever was causing it. What she saw was terrifying. A dark face peeking from behind the fridge, and objects falling on their own. Convinced it was a djinn, she rushed out of the house. Later, her friends claimed they saw a small child's head peeking into the room, but no kids lived there. Locals believed it might be the ghost of a baby who had died in the house long ago, possibly still searching for its family. Haunted clock. This local man couldn't believe his eyes when his wall clock started acting up. As he watched, the clock's glass cover opened by itself. He closed it, but it happened again. The next day, the same thing repeated. Realizing it might not just be a broken clock, but a haunted one, he got scared. He threw it outside, hoping it would stop, but his fear only grew. To get rid of the curse, he burned the clock completely. He believed a trapped spirit had taken over the clock, and destroying it was the only way to break free. Room 209. Back in 2003, a video from the Wingate Hotel in Illinois captured something terrifying. Guests reported loud screams from room 209, but when security checked, the room was completely empty. Then, a white shadowy figure appeared at the door. There wasn't any known history tied to the room, but strange noises had been reported before. Some people speculated that it was a djinn, known to occupy empty and quiet places. After years of eerie activity, the hotel finally shut down, leaving the mystery of room 209 unsolved. Supermarket possession. It seemed like a typical day at the supermarket, until it wasn't. A woman walking through the aisle suddenly dropped what she was holding. Then more items around her fell on their own. She froze, then began shaking uncontrollably, letting out a loud, eerie scream. People around her were stunned, unsure of what they were seeing. It didn't seem like a medical issue, more like something had taken over her body. The way she moved was unnatural, almost as if a demon had possessed her. The whole event was caught on the store's camera. lost in woods.
快点！我操你妈！
A hiker was wrapping up his trek when he noticed something odd, a small figure peeking from between the trees. Intrigued, he followed it, leading him to an old, decaying house hidden deep in an abandoned area. The place looked deserted, but inside, things were strangely untouched. Furniture, clothes, and even personal items left behind. As he explored, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Suddenly, objects started moving on their own, and he caught a glimpse of a figure passing through a doorway. He realized that the house wasn't abandoned after all. It was occupied by something sinister. Let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. In this chilling footage, a mother and her young child casually walk up the porch steps, completely unaware they're being followed. What they don't know is that a stranger has been stalking them, trailing them all the way back to their home. Just when it seems like things are about to take a dangerous turn, luck steps in. A neighbor, working in a nearby yard, notices the man acting suspiciously and starts to keep an eye on him. Realizing he's been spotted, the stalker quickly turns and retreats, disappearing from view before anything worse can happen. The footage left viewers feeling uneasy, highlighting just how easily situations like this can happen. Many people online praised the neighbor's quick thinking, believing that his simple awareness prevented a much darker outcome.